Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Vatch. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm one of the many advisors in the Study Abroad office. Study Abroad is part of Global Initiatives, which is the department which we're under in the Student Affairs. So thank you for being here today to learn more about programs in Germany and the Czech Republic. We're covering both today since they're nearby to one another. Of course, very different programs, but we figured we put them together to capture students and give you the information all at once. So again, thank you for being here today, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So you're in the right place as long as you are looking to learn more about Germany and the Czech Republic today. So if you have not done so already, I would encourage you to participate in one of our Get Started sessions. You can do so by completing the Canvas course, which is on our website, or scanning this code to our Get Started info sessions. The Get Started page will also take you to Canvas, which is an overview of what all of these programs are that you see here today. So we have the UC San Diego Global Seminars, the UC Education Abroad program, and our Global Exchange, which are bilateral partnerships across the globe. I'm not going to go into a ton of details about what each of these are today. That is for the Get Started session or in Canvas. I'm happy to answer questions for you at the end of the program today, but I wanted to just let you know those details can be found by following the link. So why Germany and the Czech Republic? So both of these countries have similarities in what they offer in their programs. Of course, the details are a little bit different, but there are some similarities there. And first of all, you can study at renowned universities. There are a wide range of academic areas and options for study. There's also opportunities to study with local and international students. Internship and research opportunities are available on both programs. And you can also learn Czech and or German or just take your classes in English in this non-English speaking country. So as far as academics are concerned, there is a lot of diversity in what you can take and what you can do when you're in the two countries. And then the countries themselves offer a lot, with Germany being centrally located in the European Union, Czech Republic right nearby, Germany, in particular Berlin, where the majority of these programs are offered, is a cultural hub and center for art, music, museums, history. Germany really has a lot going on for it, as well as fantastic public transportation and access to get around and see a lot of different countries. So in no particular order, we're going to go ahead and get started with the options that UC Education Abroad program has in Berlin. I'm going to admit some people as we go here. So UCEAP is the UC Education Abroad program. UCEAP serves the UC schools across California. So while you may be here at UCSD, there will be students on your programs that are from across the UCs. There are a few different versions of study that UCEAP offers, and I'm going to go through all three. For those who joined us, I'm going to answer questions at the end of our session today. Feel free to throw things in the chat, but I will check those out when we are done. So starting off with immersion, which happens to be our more popular option in Berlin, we have fall, spring, and year-long options at Free, Humboldt, and Technical University. So when I say immersion, what that means is you are studying alongside local and international students. So you are attending the university just like you're attending UC San Diego right now. This is a fantastic way of diving in and meeting locals and really getting a taste and feel for the culture of the academics in Berlin. Free, Humboldt, and Technical have different focuses, yet they are sister schools. So they are a part of the same university system. They just are divided by what their focus is. So at Free University, you're going to get more humanities and social sciences. Humboldt, more life science and social sciences, a bit of crossover there. And technical is going to be more of your STEM focused engineering school. What's nice about this program is even if when you apply, let's say you do choose free university, if there was a course offered at Humboldt that looked interesting to you, you can take a class there. So because the schools are related and part of one system, the partnership with UCEAP allows you to take one class at another school. So you could take 3 classes at free and 1 at Humboldt, or vice versa, or mix it up in that way. This is a great opportunity for students to get a taste of another university, especially since they're located in different spots in Berlin. And so it will give you an opportunity to see another campus. The reason I have these asterisks everywhere and pay close attention to the program dates is because while we are used to one thing here in the United States of what a semester is, or a quarter, the semester at Free, Humboldt, and Technical is very different than a typical semester that you might be used to at maybe your previous institution or institutions that have a semester system. So the fall term is our UCSD's fall and winter quarters. So if you go abroad fall semester at Free, Humboldt, or Technical, you will be abroad for fall and winter, and back in time for spring quarter on campus. If you would like to study abroad for the spring, then you are gone spring quarter through July. So you would be, it starts a little bit later, so you would be able to participate in winter quarter at UCSD, but their spring semester starts, when is it? Like usually end of March, and goes through July. So that is something I want to say at the forefront of advising for Germany, because it's a fantastic program. And I don't want that that fact to come as a surprise to you all, but something that you can build into your planning if this is a program for you. At Free University, if you have German background and if you have at least 2 years of German, you can also take your classes in German. So that, of course, just expands the course offerings for you. But if you don't speak German, there are plenty of classes for you to choose from that are offered in English. And the UCEAP website does a great job of listing those courses for you, so it's very easy to see. So this is immersion, studying abroad alongside locals and international students on campus and classes. Something very cool I think about the immersion option is the level of support that you get. So the Northern European Study Center for UCEAP is located in Berlin. It's actually a block away from Free University. I had the pleasure of visiting in 2018, so a while ago now, but was able to walk from Free's campus to the study center. So what that means is there is a team of folks who work for UCEAP who are there to support you when you're studying abroad in Berlin. So there is an advisor, support staff, and a faculty director from one of the UCs that lives in Berlin and is your go-to for orientation, support, guidance, advice, anything you need when you are in country. They are also in particular, very supportive of our students who do the immersion option, because they really help guide you when selecting your classes. So unique to Free, Humboldt, and Technical, there's a period where you are kind of just figuring out your schedule, which can be a little bit not alarming, but something different for our students, in that your schedule is kind of loosey-goosey for the first couple weeks you're there. You're kind of sitting in and auditing classes, and then you finalize your schedule. So actually what feedback I received from their advisor on the ground was that can be a little overwhelming the first couple of weeks because students are figuring out their class, but once they do, they're quite successful because they have spent a lot of time figuring out the best fit for them. There are also some classes that are built just for international students, so you can strike that balance as well. And that is the immersion option at Free, Humboldt, and Technical. So as far as location goes, Free is outside the city center. In that image you can see right now, the dot is the city center of Berlin. Free University is about a 30-minute train ride to the city center. Public transportation is so efficient in Berlin. While it did take a little bit of time, we did not wait very long to get a train to get to that spot. Humboldt is more closely located in the city center, and Technical is nearby. So just to give you a bit of scope there. The next option, which is brand new for UCEAP, is the study center option. So it is the Berlin experience. UCEAP is working very closely with a provider, a study abroad provider called CIEE, and you'll hear me mention them again. The Berlin experience is a study center. So when you participate in this program, you're only studying abroad with other study abroad students. So you will not study with locals in this program. They offer a few iterations. You can study abroad fall or winter quarter, fall or spring semester. The classes range. There's international studies, business communications, and some programming and computer science classes as well. It's all kind of built into the program, your housing, the classes. And when you go to the UCEAP website, it's really nice and pretty. You click on the link, it takes you directly to CIEE's website, where you'll find more details in regards to the classes, the structure of the program, what housing is like. They even have blogs to students who studied there in the past. And while they're not UC students, they're students from all over the United States who've had the experience of studying abroad with them and can give you some perspective of what it's like to participate in that program. I'm excited for this option. It's new, but UCEAP has collaborated with CIEE in the past, and they're a really strong partner. So that's something worth checking out. And you may be curious, what's the difference between a fall quarter and a fall semester? So the biggest thing is the start date. So a fall semester will start a little bit earlier than your typical quarter, so mid to late August, where the fall quarter is going to start a little later. Sometimes we have students who have a summer internship or something they don't want to miss out on, and occasionally that can impact them participating in a fall semester program. So if you see quarter, it may be that this, if that is you, I know it's not every student, that might help you out there. So Berlin experience, brand new, great partner, great resources on the ground in Berlin. Moving on to the summer options, of which there are a few. The first, which I just adore, I'm totally biased, is the Summer Global Internship in Berlin. This, again, is in partnership with CIEE. The reason I love this opportunity is it's a full-on, working full-time internship. That is the focus. They're able to place students in a wide variety of business sects, not just business, but we've had students in labs, work for nonprofits. There's a lot of variation of placements that they've had for our students. It is also cool because Berlin is so fantastic over the summer, and you really get to enjoy what it's like to work abroad, meet international colleagues, really great opportunity to network and also build your resume and reflect on what that experience is like. So when you do the global internship, you are getting UC credit. There's a class that goes along with the internship, and I believe you meet in person and also virtually, but it's lots of touch points, like working on your resume, reflecting on what it's like to intern in an international location. And these are all concepts that are going to help you when you are sharing about your experience or applying to grad schools or in your job interviews. So it's always great to say, oh, I studied abroad, but your employer or who you're interviewing with wants to know more. They don't just want to know you had a great time. What did you learn? What were the big takeaways? And I feel like this internship really gives you the language to do that. The next summer option is FUBIS. That stands for Free University Berlin International School. This is an international summer school nearby the Free University campus. They offer a handful of courses, mostly humanities and social science based. There's economics classes, there's history of Berlin, digital music in Berlin, electronic music, which is a really students are drawn to Berlin for that reason, or people in general. So that's a really fantastic program too. All the courses are really related to the city that you're in, and using the city as your landscape to learn is exhilarating. The last one is Tech Summer. This is a tech-focused program. It is STEM. There is, I looked today, they offer Python, computer engineering, a entrepreneurship class, and a couple others. So it may be introductory level. So if you are a computer science major or in engineering, you may have already taken something like this, but they do have some other classes that may be interesting. So as far as UCEAP, this is what they have going on for the 24-25 year. Applications for UCEAP open November 1st. Applications open in Tritons Abroad October 1st. So you can start applying now, but you can't apply for these for fall, winter, summer, fall, or year until November 1st, and they'll open in the spring for spring programs. You get UC credit for all these classes. All the classes you take are UC transferable. Grades will factor into your GPA, and that is one of the things that makes UCEAP unique. Next, we're still on the UCEAP path. We are talking about the Czech Republic. So in Prague, UCEAP also works in very close relationship with CIEE. So we brought them up before, we're bringing them up again. They already have an established study center in Prague where you have a few pretty awesome options. One is to study at the study center there. So there is a study center where all your classes are offered in the center with other students who are studying abroad. So when it's in collaboration with CIEE, kind of like the Berlin experience, you're not only going to meet students from UC, but you're also going to meet students from around North America who are studying abroad from other universities. The focus is Central European Studies. So of course the classes you take are going to have that focus, but like Berlin experience, they offer classes within communications, international studies, business. You also have the opportunity to take a class, some classes at Charles University. So the opportunity to take classes with locals, as well as FAMU, which is focused on film, theater, and media. We've had visual arts students, theater students, take courses at FAMU and have had such a fantastic experience. So Prague is a bit, we used to call off the beaten path in terms of study abroad, but I think its interest is growing. It's a beautiful country. It's Eastern Europe, but close to, essentially located enough to Germany, Switzerland, bordering countries as well. Another great option in Prague over the summer is an internship via CEA. So again, another acronym, another provider. EAP works with CEA because they already have an established study center there and internships for students across many disciplines and interests and opportunities there. So this is what UCEAP has in the Czech Republic. I also want to point out that I will have another slide later on, but UCEAP is having a virtual study abroad fair on Thursday, October 26th. I would encourage you to attend if you have interest in a wide variety of UCEAP options. UCEAP will also be represented at our own study abroad fair, which will be in person on Monday, October 23rd. That will be in Town Square. So please come visit us in person, say hi. We'll be set up right near Yogurt World. So you can get some yogurt and walk around and say hi and have your questions answered. But please, here's the link to register for UCEAP's fair, where you can get even more information about the programs and opportunities that they offer. Next, we are talking about our UCSD Global Seminars, and UCSD Global Seminars are UC San Diego classes taught abroad over the summer. So you take 2 classes taught by renowned faculty in their department. So Assistant Professor Alina Williams will be teaching art and politics in Berlin. There are 2 courses that you take. These are UC San Diego classes. They're just taught abroad instead of in Center Hall or your favorite classroom on campus. You have to take both classes when you're there. You'll be there 5 weeks. You take these classes over the course of the program. The city is your classroom, like some of these other programs I mentioned. One of the many perks of global seminars, I should say, is the class size. So while you are abroad with this professor on this program, you are with 15 to 28 students. These are not giant classrooms filled with hundreds of UC San Diego students. These are very small groups connecting and having this experience with one another. So global seminars, it's a quite a bonding experience, and it also does a really great job of what's the word? Of connecting students to professors that they normally wouldn't have the opportunity to do. So I don't know about you all, but our classes are big at UCSD, and it's not always easy for every student to create a connection with a professor. So sometimes we've just like never had that experience. I know it was hard for me when I was in my undergrad. Or it's just too big, or it's nerve-wracking to say hi and connect. Well, when you're on these global seminars programs, no matter where it is in the world, you really get that one-on-one time with a professor. They get to know you, you get to know them, you get this amazing experience of traveling together, creating memories. And it also breaks down this barrier of, nervousness sometimes or intimidation when speaking to a professor. These professors become mentors and resources for our students. So everybody is so connected, and it's quite a bonding experience, our global seminars. Scholarships are available for global seminars, as well as financial aid. And if you scan this link, it's going to take you to the Art and Politics in Berlin website, where if you scroll down about mid-page, there is a link to register for their own info session. And the professor will be at that info session, the advisors for the programs, and they're going to go over everything, the classes, the syllabi, the cost, what's included in the cost of the program, where you'll be, what excursions are included. So it's going to be a lot of fun and a great way to learn more about these fantastic global seminars. The next option for study abroad in Germany are our global exchange partnerships. And global exchange are bilateral partnerships that UC San Diego has with various universities around the world. So at this point, we are in Europe and Asia, and these programs are a fantastic opportunity to study at a university where there otherwise are not these connections. So in Germany, there is a fantastic relationship, actually probably one of our first global exchange partnerships is with Bauhaus in Weimar. This is through the Urban Studies and Planning Department. You must be sophomore, junior, or senior, and the options to study there are winter, summer, or academic year. The courses are in English. There is no prerequisite to know German, and there is more information on our Global Exchange website, including details of the classes, how to apply, and study there. So please check out the website. This is, again, a fantastic opportunity to immerse yourself in Weimar and study at this renowned institution. Over the summer, there's also a fantastic program, Global Exchange Program Plus at TU Munich. This is a research experience which is sought after by our students who really want to dive in and do some critical work at a university. The Global Exchange application, you will submit a nomination through Tritons Abroad, and then our Global Exchange coordinator will review your application and then move it on. As long as you meet eligibility and there's room in the program, they'll move it on to the university itself, and then they will start getting in contact with you. Global exchange, another perk to this is what you pay. Because it's an exchange, the tuition you pay at UCSD is going to go towards this program. The only other costs are your flight and any extracurricular costs there may be. But aside from that, the cost of a global exchange program and UCSD more or less, they don't equate because of the travel and whatnot and the other expenses, but it comes very, very close. Where you'll find with some other semester programs, it can be a bit more than a typical quarter at UCSD. But wait, there's more. Other UC campuses also have study abroad opportunities. So like our own global seminars, other UCs offer summer programs as well. So it would be up to you to check out their websites, see what they have to offer. But similar to our global seminars, they are classes taught by faculty from their universities in small groups, but this will just expand your options for you to study. The great thing about other UCs, it's UC credit, so it transfers quite seamlessly, but the application process is a bit different. So you do need to apply through the UC of your choice directly through their application system, and then also through Tritons Abroad, which is our own application system, which I will show you all in a minute. Financial aid and scholarships is of the utmost importance to our students and to us as well. And we are so lucky to have a financial aid advisor who is dedicated to our office. Eduardo is here to help you. He is available for advising on Fridays, as well as by appointment and through the virtual advising center. In particular, once you have decided on a program, he will meet with you to go over the budget and how your financial aid award can go towards that. So he's offering a ton of sessions as well. So please check out our event and deadlines page for when the financial aid sessions are offered. If you're studying abroad for summer, fall, and year, scholarship applications will be due in the spring of 2024. If you're studying abroad for winter or spring of 25, those scholarship applications are typically due in September, October. And we send out a lot of reminders, so don't worry, because we want you to earn this money as much as you do. We want to make sure this study abroad experience is positive and that funding is not a stressor for you. Last, I hope you can see, you can always email Eduardo at fao-eap@ucsd.edu, as well as contact him through the virtual advising center. So a few events that are coming up. So you've made it here today to our Get Started session. Well, our Germany, Czech Republic session. We offer a ton more sessions, so please scan this code. This will take you to the financial aid and scholarship sessions, Get Started sessions if you need a little bit more background about what to expect and think about as you approach studying abroad. We also have all the info sessions for global seminars and global exchange. So I hope you'll scan that and put some more of these sessions into your calendar so you can do all the research and really narrow down what the best program for you will be. I mentioned a bit earlier, but we have our annual Study Abroad Expo on Monday, October 23rd from 10 to 2 in Town Square. And if you're not familiar with Town Square, it's where Yogurt World is. Usually that's a good landmark for our students and staff. At Expo, there'll be lots of tabling. Global Seminars will be there. UCEAP will be there. We will be there. Global Exchange, Fulbright, and other international opportunities. There'll also be students who've studied abroad in the past. So if you are interested in talking to returnees, they're a fantastic resource. We also have our social media at the bottom. So please, if you haven't done so already, follow us so you can stay up to speed and see all the great stuff we're sharing. So you may be asking, what's next? What do I do now? Maybe this is your third session, maybe this is your first. So what's next? I would encourage you to continue to research your study abroad options. Also, please speak to your major, minor, and college advisors. Your academics, I know, are so important for so many of you, and how the classes you take abroad fit into your schedule is ultimately up to your major, minor, and your colleges to approve, review, and approve. So while we encourage you to find the best fit and program for you, they are going to give you the info about what kinds of classes you can petition from abroad and what maybe programs students have done in the past, things like that. Some departments are great about posting classes students have already petitioned, like the biology department, cognitive science, CSE. So if you need help finding those links, let me know or let us know. I'd also encourage you to check out our 23-24 application deadlines. Wait, 24, 25. Oops, I'm sorry. I did not catch that. Ignore that. 24, 25. Wish I could put like a line through that. I guess I can. Anyway, those deadlines, applications for UCEAP Global Seminars open November 1st. Please check out our events and deadlines page because we also notate if programs are competitive, if there's limited spots, if there's capacity constraints, and you want to add that into your, what was I going to say? You need to add that into your, as you're figuring it out, you want to plan for all that. Also, visit our drop-in advising, attend more info sessions, and use the VAC. We have drop-in advising 3 days a week, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. All those hours are listed on our website, as well as the info sessions, and you can always submit questions through the Virtual Advising Center. So where are we at now, right? You're probably curious how to apply, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to do this now so you can see it and it can be a part of my recording. All right, 24-25. There we go, everyone. Okay, so now I'm going to hide this so I can see our website. I hope most of you have seen our website. This is where you're going to get a ton of information, including pages about how to get started, events and deadlines, our advising services, all the programs I mentioned today. Money Matters covers financial aid and scholarships, as well as we have fantastic identity resources, diversity and identity. We know when you're considering a program, it's not just where to go, it's academics, it's diversity, it's where you'll feel safe, or there are resources to help you succeed. So I wanted to point all that out to you. I also wanted to point out Tritons Abroad right here. So when you are ready to apply, you are going to click onto Tritons Abroad, sign in with your PID and password, and then you can start finding programs to apply to. When you apply, you can only apply to one program per term. So keep that in mind as you're submitting applications. When November 1st hits, this is when, if you're choosing a UCEAP program, this is when you're going to be able to apply now through the UCEAP portal. So I typically encourage students to have all the windows open, as you may already do, and to kind of toggle between the UCEAP portal and Tritons Abroad. You must have both submitted to have your applications reviewed. So it's just a good habit to think about that now. So I am going to stop my share, and I see there's a question. Oh, Hunter, that is such a fantastic question. Do you need to be proficient in language to do the global internship in Berlin? You do not. So CIEE has found internship opportunities where you do not need to know German. If you do know German, I can only imagine it may expand the opportunities for you, but knowing the language is not an eligibility requirement for the program, just GPA. That's a great question, though. Thank you. Any other questions? Feel free, you can throw it in the chat or take yourself off mute. Who's planning on applying, or are we narrowing it down between a few countries? Thanks, Perry. That's a great question for international business. So the great thing about the international studies major is they're super supportive of study abroad. So maybe that's obvious, but they encourage their students to study abroad. So you're going to be able to petition, I believe it's about 4 classes towards your major requirements. As far as business goes, I think they're pretty flexible. So as long as it covers business, of course, you always want to go to the source. So please, please, please check in with the international studies major. But Free University offers a lot of business classes. They're the more social science, humanities entity of those sister schools in Berlin. They have a beautiful building. I remember visiting it where you can take some of your classes. So they're going to offer some. The other opportunity, there are, I saw a handful of business classes offered through this Berlin Experience program, which is this new one. So as far as how the classes are and how students are enjoying the program, I don't know yet because it's brand new. However, they do have They do have some programs. Is the deadline for spring 24 closed? It is, yes. So we do not have any openings for UCEAP right now for the spring of 24. But if you want to apply for spring of 25, those deadlines will be in spring of 24. So it's usually about a year in advance. Yeah, so fantastic question. If you would like to set up an appointment with the financial aid advisor, you can send a message to the Virtual Advising Center directing it towards the financial aid advisor, and then they'll answer it. You can also, and I will put it in the chat, you can email FAO-EAP at ucsd.edu. Oops, I put a 0 instead of an O. Let me change that. FAO-EAP at ucsd.edu. That will let you send a direct message to our financial aid advisor. So how long is study abroad? So yes, that depends on the program. So there are many iterations of study abroad. There's summer programs, which can run 4 to 6 weeks. There are spring semester programs, fall semester programs, and then there's this new program through UCEAP that is fall quarter and winter quarter options as well. So there's a lot of variety with study abroad. You can also study abroad for the full academic year, and then you're gone for the full year. So there's a lot of options depending on the program, and each program will tell you how long. So for the Global Seminars and some EAP are over the summer, as well as Global Exchange. And then EAP and Global Exchange have fall semester, spring semester, and some more varieties. Is food and housing including in the cost? That's great to know. So when you're the budget for the program, no matter what program, includes food and housing. How you pay for it, it depends on the program. So some programs, the cost of housing in particular might be a part of the cost that you're paying to the program. Sometimes you pay a different entity or a third party, they like to call it. Food is typically not included in the program, but they budget it in so that if you do receive financial aid, you're being awarded for food and books and materials, but you buy the food on your own. I hope that answers your question. For Global Seminars, they may have excursions where food is included, and they've already budgeted that into the program fees. Yeah, depending on the program, it will affect housing. So if you do a global seminar, there's typically dorms or apartments in the city that you'll be in. With the immersion options, it's typically apartments. So it kind of depends on the program what your options are. Some of it, depending on the program too, it may be set up for you and just opt in or out depending on, like, maybe they offer you a couple options and you choose which one. Global Seminars, it's part of the program. They've already established it. With Free, Humboldt, and Technical University, they kind of help you find that. For Global Seminars, you're staying with the other students in the program. And I don't know yet for that program. Sometimes they find hostels that are built for like group programs, or you might be in apartments that the provider that Global Seminars works with already has in city. These are great questions. If with housing you prefer to like have a single, that's usually an option, but you would probably be paying a little bit more because of that. Most of the time it's doubles. For summer, yes. So summer programs, the amount of classes you take is always built in. So you take at least 2 classes. Global Seminars is 2 classes, and most of the other summer options are also 2. The UCEAP summer internship in Berlin, it's the internship, and then you take a class that goes along with it, but it's not like a class you're going to and sitting in every single day, as far as I know. The reason there is a minimum of classes you take, because it also always meets the requirements for financial aid. So you have to be in a certain amount of units. The Berlin summer internship is that one has been going on. So that one's not new, but it doesn't matter. It's a great program. We've had really positive response to it. That, yes, you can apply. It is again, you'll apply because this is a UCEAP program. You'll apply in Tritons Abroad and through the UCEAP portal, which is that Apply Now button on the UCEAP website. The global internship in Berlin is 8 weeks. So 2 months in the summer in Berlin. I kind of want to do that program. It's also really cool. I don't know if y'all have been to Berlin or Europe in the summer, but it stays light out to like 10 o'clock at night. It's just like that nice dusk in the evening. Depending on the program, this question, can I take any class I need for my major, or is there only specific ones offered? So your major most majors on campus, I'm going to answer this question in 2 parts. Most majors on campus you have your core requirements you need to take, and then you have electives that you take to meet the requirements of your major. And it's typically study abroad courses that fit into these elective units towards your major. So depending on the program, there might be, maybe there's only 1 or 2 classes that are related to your major. So you may want to take those. And then if you have a couple more classes to take, you could do GEs, or they may just be out of interest or supplemental or unit, but they'll all be units towards graduation. The free technical and Humboldt University, because you're studying at the university, you we'll have a lot more variety of classes to take with like FUBIS or that Berlin experience. You're limited, but they do have a lot of classes. Same with that program in Prague in the Czech Republic. Yes, you can totally study abroad without an internship. Not all programs have an internship option. 2 of the ones I talked about today, so the summer global internship in Berlin and the CEA internship, those programs are internship focused. The other programs may or may not offer them. So it's just studying and no internship. The programs I talked about are 2 separate programs. So one in Berlin and one in Prague. You're so welcome. Thank you for all these fantastic questions. Anyone else before we go today? I love this active chat. This is fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming today. I appreciate you taking the time to sit with me and learn more about the programs in Berlin and the Czech Republic. I'm here for you if you have any questions. We're all here to help and support you through this process. We know there's a ton of options and we're here to help you navigate that. So please don't hesitate to reach out so we can reduce stress or guide you or whatever the case may be, give you a high five. So thank you for being here today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend, and I will send this recording to everyone that registered in the next week. So thank you so much. I'll hang out a little bit longer, but have a good one. You're so welcome. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Perry. Have a good one.